This is the report of the Office of the Children's Commissioner. It presents itself as the biggest and most thorough investigation into the scale and nature of child sexual exploitation in England. It's actually a really disturbing and shocking report. I'll just read a section from the foreword. The reality is that each year thousands of children in England are raped and abused from as young as 11 years by people seeking to humiliate, violate and control them. And the impact on their lives is often devastating. The study does attempt to quantify the number of children who were sexually abused, and they found that 2,409 children were abused in a 14-month period. But interestingly, they say that is almost certainly an understatement. And that's partly because they think from their own interviews with victims that many of these sorts of crimes go underreported, and that even when they are, they're often misrecorded by the authorities, including the police. This new report does draw attention to the media's focus on events in Rochdale and elsewhere involving Pakistani men, but it says there's no evidence that it's the case that it's more prevalent among certain ethnic communities. What it does say is that there are real problems with data recording, and often the victims aren't quite clear for various reasons who has been abusing them in terms of their age or ethnic background. I think in the context of recent allegations made against the late Jimmy Savile, it's clear that this report says authorities have got to take reports of child sexual exploitation a lot more seriously than they do now. They said it's too often the case that when a victim approaches the authorities, their complaints are disregarded, and that the authorities often would take the view that somehow the victim had brought this crime upon themselves and that they were, quote, asking for it, unquote. And I think the report is very clear that the authorities have got to up their game on this whole question.